Ho, 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 and welcome to a special episode of Bored and Annoyed. I'm Jackson.
And I am home at the movies.
And Alex, home at the movies, decided to come up with the idea today on short notice. So this
Right.
is his fault.
Yep.
To come up with Christmas special pitches related to ongoing movie franchises.
Doesn't have to be ongoing.
Okay.
Any movie franchise.
Good, because I would have broken that rule
Yep.
with one of mine.
Okay.
Now, we haven't shared these with each other.
No.
So we have no idea what the other person has come up with.
So lots of fun is coming your way. Bored and Annoyed.
So I guess you can kick it off.
Okay.
If you were to make a Christmas special, and by the way, folks, we're thinking in the vein of like the Star Wars holiday
Right.
special, which is like known for being the biggest pile of trash ever.
Right.
So these aren't supposed to be necessarily great ideas.
Yeah, like you said, we've got the Star Wars Christmas special, but there's also
The infamous one. That's
the infamous
Yes.
one. But we're also getting the Deadpool PG-13 one.
Yeah, I suppose that's kind of
So-
a Christmas movie, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Sure.
maybe it could be good. And in that vein, I actually have one that might actually be good.
Okay.
I'm not going to start us off with something terrible. Batman.
Mine are all terrible, by the way.
Oh, okay. Cool. Good. Yeah, so Batman. We've had a few Batman movies that have had snow and ice and whatever.
Batman Returns comes to mind with the Penguin.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we
Yep.
had that one. We had Mr. Freeze.
Yes.
And there was a little bit of snow in Dark Knight Returns. Nothing,
Right.
or Dark Knight Rises. Sorry. So my thing is we've never really seen how Batman functions in the winter.
Okay.
A lot of it is just kind of like, this is the setting, but it's like, what does he wear? What's it like being Bruce Wayne during one of the loneliest times of the year? You know?
That's true. Like, what does he do for like Christmas Eve? Him and Alfred just.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't really have a family.
So,
You know.
So my pitch for this is, it's a later Batman story. So you have the Bat family. You've got Nightwing. I would like to set this during a time when Nightwing is no longer with Batman, and he's got like the new like Robin 2.0,
Okay.
which can be Jason Todd or it can be Tim Drake is the other one. So yeah, you've got that. Maybe Barbara Gordon's Batgirl. So Batman has a bit of a family, but he's dark, he's gruff, he's maybe a little pissy because he's not used to having kids. You know, Dick has left, so he's
He's the Scrooge.
he's a little bit of a Scrooge.
Yeah, okay.
You know, it's not a good time of year for him. And then maybe you've got, I was thinking there's a great episode from Batman the Animated Series, which has the Joker, and he's like hijacked like a TV station, and he's doing all like these Christmas themed things. He's got like a terrible sweater on.
Okay.
I think that would be fantastic. And then I think you should do Mr. Freeze, even though it's a little on the nose.
Well, that's the perfect time for Mr. Freeze.
Exactly. And we really need to redeem Mr. Freeze after Schwarzenegger. So, nothing against him. I really like him as a guy, but, just chill. Not good.
Yeah, no,
not
it's
good.
horrible.
And-
so many puns in that
Yes.
movie.
And
It's
then,
just filled with puns.
and then I would love to get like a Santa Claus thing in here. So I was thinking Clayface, and Clayface is running around as Santa Claus, and like it's kind of like the mystery, almost like I think I would probably do something like the Long Halloween,
Okay.
except it's like the Long Christmas.
Sure.
And it's kind of like a mystery thing where it takes place over maybe multiple Christmases, not just one. And you're always trying to find out who this like Santa Claus murderer is, and
Okay,
you find
now-
out it's Clayface.
Now, I'm assuming somewhere in here, Bruce Wayne like discovers holiday cheer, and
Yes.
you know,
Yep.
yeah, he ends the story on
Yep.
with a smile or something.
Yeah, maybe it's based on 3 Christmases. The Christmas that created Clayface, which was when maybe he was fighting, the Joker, and Clayface just was created in an accident because of that. And then you've got your second Christmas, which is Mr. Freeze, and then your third Christmas, which is like, trying to figure out, and all of these, you're trying to figure out who the Santa Claus murderer is.
Sure.
I don't know. I came up with it in like 2 minutes.
All of mine are like that. So don't worry about it. But yeah, no, Batman. Now, who plays Batman?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay. Well, actually,
I feel
that's
like it
not
should
true.
matter.
That's not true at all. It absolutely
I was
does
going to
matter.
say, I feel like it needs to be like, it needs to be a version of the story that people are aware of. If
Clint
you're gonna have
Eastwood.
No. A Christmas special has to be like someone who you know as Batman. Like everybody's going to gather around and they're going to watch like Batman. Why can it be Michael Keaton? You said this is
Dick
an old,
Van Dyke.
You said this is an old Batman.
Yeah.
Could it be Michael Keaton?
Could be Michael Keaton. He's a bit too old for the role, if I'm honest. But I'm struggling to come up with who else could be Batman.
Well, I'm just thinking too in terms of like, okay, you could bring back like Danny DeVito with a little bit part as the Penguin.
Yeah, you could.
Little comedy gold there.
You could. You'd really have to de-age. I mean, Michael Keaton is just all cracks and wrinkles. It's insane.
That's fine. He's old.
He is old. He's too old for what I'm trying to do.
He wasn't too old to play Birdman.
Nobody would let him adopt an 8-year-old kid to be like, you're gonna die before that kid turns 18.
Well, I'm just saying, if you want families to gather around for the Christmas special, I mean, you gotta
Bruce Willis.
someone they recognize. Jesus, Bruce Willis as Batman. Ooh.
I'd take Bradley Cooper. I think he would be
Ooh,
a good.
there you go.
I think he'd be a good one, and he could play an older one now, based on what we've seen in Stars Born.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we're about to see him possibly this weekend in The Mule
yes.
as a badass cop.
Yeah. So that's my first one. What's your first one?
Mine is Christmas at the Continental. It's the hotel from John Wick. And so this one, I mean, it's not a John Wick centric story.
Okay.
In my opinion, it's more centered around the guy who played Swearingen in Deadwood, the guy who like runs the Continental.
Right, yeah,
I
yeah.
forget the goddamn actor's name. I'm sorry, I'm failing you all here.
I know who. I know who you're talking about. We all do.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no, it's centered around him. And every year the Continental has a Christmas party where, everybody, all the assassins and shit, they all have to put their guns down because that's the rules of the Continental anyways. Right. And, it's a time of cheer and gift giving. That's what he wants. That's the idea. Is like he can't get these people to get along.
Right.
So he throws this Christmas party every year and somebody fucks it up. And somebody gets killed or whatever.
What if it's like Weekend at Bernie's where one of the assassins gets killed, but they don't want to get found out, so they're like keeping him like going like maybe like
that could be one of the problems.
Yeah,
that could be one of the problems. But clearly, you have bad blood, and something. I haven't really thought too deeply about this, but something happens where
poisoned candy canes.
Okay, let's say John Wick is one of the people who show up for the Christmas party.
It's a prequel.
Sure. We don't know what's going to happen, right? This could be far in the future. We don't know.
Is John Wick dressed as Santa Claus?
No, I hadn't really thought of who Santa is.
Oh, okay.
If it's a prequel, we could have like Ruby Rose in there.
Yeah.
Apparently Halle Berry's going to be in the next John Wick, so she's available.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have a scene, maybe someone gets John Wick a new dog or something.
Oh boy.
Or who knows what happens. Somebody apologizes to someone. all of a sudden,
presents are given.
Al Swearingen's not all pissed off, like trying to hold it together, and everybody gets along. And then as soon as they leave, it's back to business.
What about Digimon? Where's his role?
He could be in it. He could be in it. Now he's not in John Wick though. Are you thinking he's in John Wick because he's not?
Oh no, I'm sorry. That was that other guy.
Yeah, it's that other guy. I don't know his name.
Oh, man.
But he's awesome in the
That's
movie.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking of Constantine. That's what I was thinking of.
Was he in Constantine?
Yes, he
Wow.
was the voodoo dude.
Oh, it's the same movie. I mean,
They
both have John Wick in them.
It's true. It's
They
absolutely
both star
true.
John Wick.
And they both have a special place of rules and
That's
and,
true.
Yeah.
No, I like the idea of the rules.
Yes, absolutely.
Or someone from Hotel Artemis could show up at the Continental.
You've made it a
for
crossover Christmas.
Yeah, what? There you go. No, that's the second Christmas special.
Okay.
The Continental Christmas 2, Crossover Christmas.
Crossover Christmas.
But,
Get it? Because it's a cross?
Right. Yeah. There you go. Right. So, yeah, that was my first one.
Okay.
We'll bounce it back to you.
Okay. So Jesus has been said to be taken out of Christmas. It's something that we're told constantly. So,
I don't think of them around Christmas. I mean, I don't really care. But,
well, I don't really care either.
Yeah, right.
But some people do.
but you're going to have a movie that Jesus is in. I'm
In
assuming.
that vein, we've got Back to the Future 4, Back to the Crucifixion.
Oh, really?
Yep.
This is Christmas related.
This is Christmas
Hold on. To the crucifixion?
to the crucifixion.
What is this rated?
It's rated PG-13. It's a fun time.
Okay.
Jesus is surfing. He's air surfing over the sand.
Hold on. So the crucifixion will not happen in this, I'm assuming?
I don't know.
I mean,
I
Good
mean,
luck.
this is Robert Zemeckis. Throwing it to you, buddy. You got all
Robert
of this.
Zemeckis is going to direct the Christmas special.
This is what's bringing it back.
Now, Michael J. Fox, how are you going to handle... he has to be in this.
Yeah.
How are you going to
It's
handle
going to be his children.
Oh, it's going to be his children. So he
He's-
doesn't have
he's-
to do a lot of heavy work with
Yes.
the... what does he have again? It's Parkinson's? or-
Parkinson's,
Okay.
yes. So we've got Doc, and he's like, Marty, somebody wants to stop the crucifixion, Marty.
Hold on. So they have to go back in
Yes.
time to make sure
Yes.
that Jesus
Yeah.
gets crucified.
And in doing so, Doc learns about, like, because Doc's a man of science, and he's like, well, I've never really seen a purpose for a religion. But the real problem is that somebody from the future, because time travel in the future has become commonplace.
Okay.
And one of the people who gets it is like, I'm going to stop all of this shit. The world would be ahead of its time if we didn't have the Dark Ages, we didn't have religion, and blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
And so they're going to go back and stop the crucifixion. They're going to stop all of it. And they're going to be like, nope, fuck you. We're going to be thousands of years ahead because we won't have had all that shit.
But that's going to cause some problems.
It's going to cause some
Clearly,
problems.
yes.
We're going to learn a little bit about the good that religion brings to the world. And maybe he tries to stop all religion. It's not just Christmas, but Christmas is like the main one. It's like,
it's a Christmas special.
It's like
Yeah.
what the structure of the story is built around.
Okay.
But he like tries to stop Muhammad. He goes after Confucius.
Right,
and,
or maybe he's already done that and failed, and this
Yes.
is like another.
This is
you
like,
know, this
well,
is
if I
his
can't-
last shot. Yeah, he has a very clear deadline to
Yes.
meet.
Twist ending, it's the Grinch.
Oh,
In disguise. He's wearing like a human mask.
So he's literally stealing Christmas,
He's
like on
from
a grand
reality.
Yeah, wow.
Yep. Beat that.
I'm not going to.
Okay.
Not with the next one. Speed.
Yeah.
All right. So the only idea I could think of for Speed is that you somehow have like a rogue elf who has like created a timed bomb, and it's on Santa's sleigh. Mm-hmm. And Santa, being all knowing, somehow employs Sandra Bullock to to drive the sleigh.
Okay.
Has to keep the reindeer fed and everything at a certain speed while also delivering the presents, because you
Okay.
can't miss the present giving while Santa tries to figure out where the bomb is. I was mulling around the Dennis Hopper character, the rogue elf.
Right.
Maybe he's like, there was like that skit with Hanukkah Harry that used to be on SNL where like there was Santa giving out all the good
Yes.
gifts, and then
Yep.
there was Hanukkah Harry who like,
Yep.
oh, it's Monday, you get socks. Tuesday, you get underwear or whatever. So
Right.
maybe it's some like bitter kid who's pissed, or bitter elf, or some kid who like infiltrated the North Pole operation
Okay.
and created some sort of a device. Now, this Christmas special is going to be awful.
Rated R.
Because it doesn't make any sense. No, it doesn't even have to be rated R.
Let's go rated R.
Well,
Too few Christmas specials are rated R.
in that case, then Rudolph is the one who's going to die.
Oh, okay.
Because you're going to have like an
Like a
explosion go
a
off.
grotesque
Rudolph
death.
is going to jump on top of the bomb and explode into
More
bits.
of him is going to be red than just his nose.
Yes, right. Yeah, no, so that's all I had for that. How do you work Keanu in? He wasn't in the second one.
Right.
So, I don't think you really need to.
He's coming back because he and Sandra Bullock had a kid, but things didn't work out.
Okay.
And he's the lonely dad. Got to got to get that lonely angle in for
Okay.
Christmas, and he's coming in to save his kid who's also on the sleigh.
Right. Whatever it takes. That's my worst one.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead. Next one.
Okay. Ghostbusters.
Perfect.
Ghost of Christmas Past, Ghost of Christmas Present, Ghost of Christmas
Yeah,
Future.
that's where right. That's perfect.
They're fighting them.
They're fighting.
They're fighting them.
Okay.
Because they're all like, Christmas used to be better back in the day. And we're like, Christmas is fine now. They're all fighting each other.
Oh, all the ghosts.
All the
are.
ghosts are fighting each other. They don't get along anymore, and they're causing paranormal rifts and whatever.
Sure.
And
This is with the female Ghostbusters cast, right?
false. we deal with the death of Harold Ramis in this movie.
So it's a really deep.
It's a movie about family. It's a movie about heart.
Okay.
It's a movie about Christmas.
See, now you're talking like Christmas movies. I'm thinking like hour-long special on like TBS or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what this is, baby.
All right. All right.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you need.
So they need to start. All right. Moving on. The last one. The best for last.
Okay.
A John Carpenter Christmas.
Oh boy.
So, okay, you have.
So the aliens.
Okay, so the premise is like a lot of these Christmas specials.
He's painting a picture here. He's
my
literally
hands.
like he's
Yeah.
literally putting his hands out, like pulling the curtains back.
Well, okay, so a lot of these have like a main story, and then like you peer into these little side stories, right?
Okay.
So the main story in this is that Michael Myers came home, but on the wrong night. He came home on Christmas.
I thought you said, oh, you said John Carpenter.
Yeah, John Carpenter.
For some reason, I thought you said John Carter.
No, John Carpenter. Although I do understand how you make that
Yeah.
issue. But here's what I envision. Okay. So the movie opens and, or the Christmas special opens and Michael Myers is escaping. It's snowy. He's going back to Haddonfield, or what looks like Haddonfield. And as he's like looking in different houses, like stalking people, he sees all these weird things going on. Like, he's got in one, he peers in, and there's Kurt Russell in Escape the North Pole.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. So Kurt Russell is trying to, he looks in and all of a sudden it zooms in and you get a little short vignette movie
Oh, boy.
of Kurt Russell is trying to get Santa Claus out of the North Pole because there's a big labor dispute and the elves are pissed. They're not getting enough money, whatever. So he's been sent to
This
the
is
North Pole
So like,
to break Santa out.
so Michael Myers is just, instead of doing his standard killing.
No, he's like you're Michael Myers in this. Basically.
Oh, okay. So he just shows up, watches for a little bit, breathes outside the window.
Right. Maybe he gets a kill in or two just for fun.
Maybe he finally kills Santa.
Oh no! Come on now. He's gonna no. Let me get to the end.
Okay.
The second one, he goes looks through and it's Santa and his reindeer, and Santa is like he's testing all the reindeer's blood. Like what could Santa possibly be doing? He gets to one and he tests it and it freaks out and it's an alien creature. Okay, so you don't know which reindeer is the thing in this. So the thing is happening with Santa's reindeer.
Like it.
Right. So he has to discover which reindeer is the thing and kill it in order to save Christmas.
And maybe he kills the wrong reindeer along the way.
Yeah, right. I mean, it could happen
Dark.
easily. Now, the last one I had thought of, and there's probably more you could do with John Carpenter, but this one seems obvious, is They Live. Because we're such a consumer culture and, buy. Everything you're looking at is telling you to buy all this Christmas stuff. Somehow that plot ends up being like the Rowdy Piper character. Rest in peace. He's dead. So he couldn't be in this. Keith David, though, I think he's still around. In fact, Keith David could be also in the Thing movie as Santa Claus. But anyways, so this one is about Keith David frustratingly trying to get people to understand what Christmas is really about, to put those glasses on.
Put those glasses on and see everybody as a Santa.
Right. Yeah. Well, not exactly. He wants them to realize that like they're being brainwashed into thinking it's all about the gifts.
Right.
But it's not.
So he'll
And
see
we need
Jesus.
to fight that.
So he'll see Jesus everywhere.
You got to get them to put the glasses on for them to realize that. Once they've realized it, then they clean it up themselves. They don't have to see anything, But like they'll be watching that commercial with like the cute kids with the toy or like the car with the bow on it, and it'll just look like a bunch of assholes trying to pitch you something.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Right. Okay. Now the end of this, somehow Michael Myers is cured.
Okay.
Michael Myers talks. He apologizes to Laurie Strode, and they celebrate Christmas together as a family. Because this is pre the last Halloween. They are brother and sister in this one.
He takes out the butcher's knife, and you don't quite know what's happened.
Yes.
And then he cuts a slice out of the pumpkin pie.
There's a tracking shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a tracking shot. So like you follow him around town, and he like bumps into kids and just gives them gifts.
All right. So I liked that. I liked that a lot. I've got a couple near misses on my part.
Okay.
So I've got Blade Reindeer.
Is this Blade Runner?
Blade Runner, but with reindeer.
Okay.
It's the future. People don't know if they're real reindeer or cybernetic reindeer. And they deal with the not knowing if they really were raised in the North Pole or not. And it's a cyberpunk Santa outfit kind of thing. So there's that. There's the Night of the Living Reindeer, where people...
You really like your reindeer. I guess it's easy to,
Yeah. Well, it goes right in there.
Night of the Living
Night
Reindeer.
of the Living Reindeer.
Reindeer zombies or...
Yeah, reindeer zombies.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't look at your movie collection at all and come up with these on the spot. That did not happen.
Oh, that's pretty good, actually. My movie display here has a vinyl for Blade Runner and a vinyl for Dawn of the Dead right next to each other. That's perfect.
Yeah. Also, I had Lord of the Santas.
Okay, so I thought of Lord of the Rings, but I figured that one was coming from you.
Nope. Yeah, it was a little too easy. I put it away to the wayside. It makes absolutely no sense why Christmas exists in this mythological world where there are wizards and all of this shit.
Sure.
But, Santa is brothers with Gandalf.
Makes perfect sense.
Those are my rejected ideas.
It's funny. Lord of the Santas reminded me when I used to watch A Christmas Story as a kid. There's the one Santa who they go up and visit as kids. Like they're supposed to tell them what they want for Christmas or whatever. And he like shoves one of the kids down the slide. Like he's all mean and like a big asshole. And I used to think there was like an asshole Santa. And then there was like the legit nice Santa because of that movie. The power of movies.
Oh, last but not least, Planet of the Elves.
Oh, that's easy. Yeah, you got to do that.
Yeah. The elves, they start getting smarter. They're like, I don't need to make toys.
Humans don't talk, only the elves?
Eventually. I mean,
okay.
we start...
It's like
the rise of the Planet of the Elves. Yep. They're running around
the Planet of the Elves.
Instead of riding the horses, they ride the reindeer.
Is Santa like the asshole Draco Malfoy character in the first one who has them locked in cages and he's like torturing them?
Yes. And Mrs. Claus is the James Franco character.
Okay, sure.
She's the one who gives them like special cookies that make them smart.
Makes perfect sense.
Yep. So, I hope that put you in holiday cheer.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. Let us know what you think of this. If you want us to do more of these, good. If you don't, let us know.
If you don't, fuck you. I'm going to do more of these.
Perfect. Well, yeah, that's been a special little episode of Bored and Annoyed. I've been Jackson.
And I've been home at the movies.
Thank you.